This is PWME, that's Pricing.me, audio reviewer LK here, and today this will be your WWE SmackDown review for the 19th of May 2016. I'm going to bring this back as another weekly show that we're going to review here on this channel. Also, make sure you check out my Dragon Gate King of Gate Night 1 review. I've also covered today's news, so please head over to Pricing.me for all those shenanigans, and let's get straight to it. Because after this, with me and Dave Kokotas and some potentially other people, I don't know yet, we'll be going live with a Lucha Underground review. So if you're a fan of KocoSports and if you're a fan of Pricing.me, make sure you click that subscribe button and know when we are going live each and every single time. Again, if you're watching this live, put in the comments anything, any questions, queries about tonight's SmackDown. Did you think the show was a win? Did you think the show was a loss? Do you think it's a tie? If you're watching this on the VOD, the video on demand section on the YouTube channel, put in the comment section, was the show a win, was the show a loss, or was the show a tie? And tell me why you think it is either a win or either a loss or either a tie. I'll respond personally to every single one. Speaking of being personal, please sign up to Pricing.me. That's 110% completely free. And a shout out to Matteo CC for creating some badass titles that we can now use here on the channel. But WWE SmackDown starts off with a wrestling match. Who would ever thought on a WWE programming that we're going to get a wrestling match kicking off the show? We have Kevin Owens. He comes out. He has a one-on-one match with Cesaro. Obviously, both these men involved in the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship this Sunday, Extreme Rules. Obviously, a preview will be coming up for that show very shortly. Also, I'm planning on doing a preview for the New Japan Best Super Juniors tournament. So if anyone's interested in that, please put in the comment section below. The match itself was a decent match. Sami Zayn and The Miz were on commentary. I'm not a fan of these 5-men commentary booths. I like it just 2 to 3. You're pushing me. 3, you're really pushing me if you've got 3 people on the announce table. But that's just an accustomed for the WWE these days. I personally like 2. I think 3 is a bit of an overkill. 4 is okay if you've got a guest. But 5, it's just unbearable. And I mean, The Miz, it's 6 if you include Maurice. Even though she didn't actually have a headset on, she was still ringside. Well, basically, Maurice got involved a few times. Sami Zayn started brawling, Miz started brawling, and the match ended when Kevin Owens rolled up Cesaro, who was distracted by Sami Zayn and the champion, The Miz, which allowed Kevin Owens to get the win after about 10 to 15 minutes of a very good match. Really enjoyed the Kevin Owens. It's Kevin Owens and Cesaro, guys. You know it's going to be a fucking good match. But also at the same time as that, it's this division, for me, personally anyway, is what I come to watch, what I want to watch, when I put on WWE television. I want to see guys go out there who can cut good promos, who can also wrestle really damn well. Minus Cesaro. I think Cesaro's promos can at times suck, but at other times, he's bearable. But Owens is a good promo. Zayn can be good depending on what story he's trying to tell. And The Miz is a great promo. And I mean, this Sunday, with that Fatal 4-Way, whoever wins, I personally don't mind. I'm going to... my mouth's a bit dry, so we're going to take a pause to the calls. I personally don't mind who wins this Sunday at Extreme Rules. If Kevin Owens wins, I'm going to be happy. If Sami Zayn wins, I'm going to be happy. If The Miz wins, I'm going to be happy. And if Cesaro wins, I'm going to be happy. It's a real rarity these days in the WWE where whoever wins, you're happy. Normally, we're in a situation where, oh my god, if he wins, I'm going to fucking do something drastic to myself, and if he wins, I'm going to absolutely come everywhere. I don't care who wins. If Miz wins, he's a great heel at the moment. He's got Maurice with him. It's a really good stuff, and I'm enjoying his heel run with this strap. If Cesaro wins, good, he can get that push, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn can go off to do their program. If Kevin Owens wins, we can have Kevin Owens move for champ. Sami Zayn wins, you get that underdog story, blah, blah, blah. Personally, if I could choose someone not to win, it would probably be Sami Zayn, because I'd want his first championship to want to have to build for. Like, the reason why his NXT championship win story was so special down in NXT was because they built and built. The gimmick was he couldn't win the big one. It was time after time after time after time. He just couldn't win the big one. Then finally, when he won the big one, it actually meant something. It wasn't hot shot. So there you go. So that was the opening match. So we moved on to our next match, our women's division match, as these announcers like to call it. We had Dana Brooke versus Paige. Becky Lynch was on commentary because, they just want to piss me off now by having every single person under the sun in commentary. But Dana Brooke did get the win clean on Paige after a variation of a Death Valley driver. And I'm going to be honest with you guys here. Dana Brooke, to me, I thought when I saw and heard and watched that she came up to the main roster, I was kind of sat there thinking, you know what? She won't be able to swim with these sharks. She's going to get eaten alive. But this match on SmackDown here and the match last week on SmackDown against Becky Lynch, I think she's actually improved a lot. I mean, we haven't seen her in NXT on the weekly show and the takeovers in a very long time. Obviously, she had that program with Asuka, got injured, and then she came back down to a Performance Center, I'm guessing, and now she's on Raw and SmackDown, which is good for her. Sucks obviously for her about Emma, and obviously I thoughts and condolences go out to her. Obviously her back surgery, we're going to be talking about that a lot on PWME News tomorrow, so make sure you check out your subscription box from whenever that's going to occur. But anyway, Dana Brooke got the win clean. I thought, you know, this is WWE weekly television. This is going to end via a roll-up. I'm thinking, okay, Becky Lynch is going to get on the apron, try and distract Dana Brooke, but it actually distracts Paige. Dana Brooke gets the roll-up. That's what I thought was going to happen. That's why I presumed Becky Lynch was there on the announcing. But instead, they gave the win to Dana Brooke. I mean, is this a punishment for Paige for being in bad publicity? Because obviously the big rumors, and I'm not going to talk about this on PWME News, so don't worry about this bullshit. Paige and Bertie are now an item. And apparently it's a really fucked up situation because Alberto Del Rio had a fling with Charlotte, but now Bertie's with Paige. Bertie used to be engaged or married. He has a child. I mean, Paige is, 22, 23. He's, 34, going on late 30s, must be. I don't know. Should we have a quick look right now, ladies and gentlemen, how old Alberto Del Rio is compared to Paige? And this isn't me judging. I mean, you can be at whatever age, really, if you come to think about it. But I don't know. I mean, if you type in Alberto Del Rio, Paige comes up. Well, on the Google anyway. So let's see how old this man is. And this isn't, me being a douchebag about it. He's 38, okay? Paige is 22. I don't know if this is a work for Total Divas. That's a huge possibility, and potentially that's what I'm thinking. But I think everything's a work. So, I mean, I'm convinced that soccer is a work. Then I don't want to get onto that topic, but anyhow, back to SmackDown. Dana Brooke got the win, and she actually impresses me. To cut that short. Breaking news: Dolph Ziggler won a wrestling match clean. Dolph Ziggler defeated Sheamus in, I'm going to say, a match of the night. I really, really enjoyed this, guys. This was absolutely phenomenal. This reminded me of 2012 when you had a hungry Dolph Ziggler, you had a hungry Sheamus vying out for the World Championships. If my memory serves me correctly, it was No Way Out 2012. You had Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus. It was meant to be Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio, but Alberto Del Rio suffered an injury, so Dolph Ziggler was a replacement. That was a great match. And then you had that program in the summer of 2012 between Bertie and Sheamus, which never damn ended, I swear to God. This was a really, really good match. Dolph Ziggler got the win clean after a super kick. It was really fucking good. Then Baron Corbin came out after. He cuts the promo on Ziggler saying he will kick his ass at Extreme Rules, because obviously at Extreme Rules you got Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler on the kickoff show. So you have that to look forward to. And I'm going to be honest, there has not really been a build to this apart from Mauro Ranallo, all hell Mauro Ranallo, all hell Mauro. Like, the guy is an awesome commentator. He did his best and damnedest to put this match over. And I think he did a great job of calling this, the rubber match here. And it's a no DQ, anything goes on the kickoff show. And I'm actually looking forward to that. I think it'd be a good match. If Ziggler, if you check out ProWrestling.me and if you click on the news section and keep scrolling down a little bit, it was from a few days ago. Dolph Ziggler cut a promo on WWE.com, the Raw Fallout series, which is basically after Raw and after SmackDown, they have a Fallout show, which is usually 2 promos, maybe 3, depending on how big the show is. And Ziggler cut a passionate promo, and it was awesome. Please head over to ProWrestling.me and check that out. Mouth is drier than a camel's ass. Unbelievable. Anyway, so we have Chris Jericho come out. He comes to the ring. He gets a big heat as he knocks the crowd, sink it in, man. Like, literally, he sounds so high when he says that. He probably is. I remember that rumor going around that Chris Jericho is a party animal, and WWE superstars, I hate using that term, complain about working with him. The Asylum then starts to lower around the ring. Jericho goes on with his promo until Dean Ambrose, who is described as a ring crew worker, jumps in the ring, beats Jericho up for a little bit, gets the kendo stick from the top of the cage gimmick, starts whacking with Jericho until Jericho runs out of dodge through the door. And obviously Mauro Ranallo doing a great job again, saying there's nowhere to go, there's nowhere to escape this Sunday Extreme Rules, making me want to purchase Extreme Rules. This was well booked. I enjoyed this. I didn't see that coming. Like, literally, they turned around and it was awesome visual, because obviously it was taped. They had lots of time to tamper with it. Anyhow, they turned him around, and there was Ambrose behind Jericho. Great visual, great shot. Jericho then shocked and boom, 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 boom. Bob Junkle's funny drawn. Jericho on the ramp, Ambrose in the ring. Ambrose pointing with the stick, and then Jericho's like, blah, blah, blah. And then Maranello hyping Extreme Rules, so that was a good job. Jericho and Ambrose is one of those feuds that I don't have zero interest. I know the match is going to deliver. I don't think the match is going to suck by any means of the imagination. But I just don't care. But this was decent. If you're a fan of Ambrose, you might have enjoyed this and think, oh, I'm looking forward to Ambrose to win. I'm not a fan of Ambrose. He's one of those guys that, you know, when he wrestles, he's the Mike Bennett to me. You know, Mike Bennett goes out there, he always has a great match, okay? But when I see him on paper, I just go, ugh. Like, when I see Dean Ambrose on paper, I'm like, oh, that's just me. I'm being honest, guys. I'm being honest. You can think what you think. If you think Ambrose is the very best professional wrestler on the planet, that's your opinion. That's your prerogative. Me personally, I think he's got a great character. I think he portrays the character very well. His wrestling matches can be great. I mean, we know that he can be more out of control than what he's going to be. You know, that barbed wire bat, that's not going to be used. I guarantee that's going to be teased and teased and teased. And it's not going to be used. I promise you that. Then we had another vignette of Bob Backlund and Darren Young about make Darren Young great again. How about we make WWE great again before we focus on Darren Young? I didn't get this. I didn't get it. What a waste of time. Then we have Big Cass and WWE Tag Team Champions, The New Day, face off against the Vaudevillains and the Dudley Boys. That's in an 8-man tag team match. Cass and New Day, they got decent reactions, you know. I enjoyed it. I mean, there was a heel heat with Xavier Woods, and it felt like it lasted for about 2 years. But Bubba Ray Dudley, when he's in the ring, I don't know if you guys pick up on this, but he just talks trash to them. And he just talks and talks and talks trash. That makes a heel heat that isn't actually very interesting, because he hits scoop slams like a leg drop. That's not very interesting, but because he adds the element of trash talking, you know, it takes your mind off how boring and how slow. If you take your mind back to the Dragon Gate review I did earlier on this afternoon, talked about Cybercon, former wrestler for Full Impact Pro down in Florida in the Independence with the WN, but now he's in Dragon Gate. And I said how his heel heat to me personally was just too slow, too dull, you know, you could have switched off easily. Bully Ray, or Bubba Ray, whatever the fuck you want to call him, he did pretty much the exact same heat, but because he's such a veteran, because he's so damn good, he added the trash talk so you were never bored. He made you laugh, he made you chuckle, and I was entertained off Friday. This was a decent match. It really, really was. I mean, the Vaudevillains are not going to... I'll be thoroughly shocked, really shocked, if the Vaudevillains win at Extreme. I'm hoping the match goes a lot better than the last Vaudevillains pay-per-view match, but I just don't know. The New Day are just starting for me to get a bit bored. Like, dude, we've seen the same thing now. The exact same thing over and over again on Raw and on SmackDown for the past 5-6 months, exactly the same. You know, now we've got Vaudevillains. Who in their right mind thinks the Vaudevillains are going to win? You know? But I will talk about that more on the preview. We move on to our main event here quickly, as we want to wrap this bad boy up, because I know we've got a Lucha Underground review coming with Mr. Dave Kokotis, and I'll promise you I'll get to live comments. So if you do have any live comments, I'm going to get to them after this main event review of the main event. Okay, so make sure you put all your comments below, and I'll answer every single one of them. So we have the WWE Worldwide Champion Roman Reigns versus Luke Gallows. This match ends in a disqualification after everyone basically brawled. It was an absolute clusterfuck. You had the Usos, AJ Styles, Carl Anderson. They basically taunted each other, you know, saying, hey, fuck you. Obviously, boom during the match. And then eventually what happened is at the end, Roman Reigns hit a Superman punch. He went for the spear thing in the corner. AJ just touched his leg. Reigns looked at him like, you fucking touch me again and I'll batter you. Uso running gimmick off the steps onto AJ, then Carl goes for him, then the other Uso comes, he hits Gallows, blah, 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 blah. The club, awful name, I like, that's atrocious. Whoever came up with that name, whoever came up with your name, get your toiletries, get your ass out, you fucking toilet, you suck fucking major dick. That's awful. Anyhow, and then basically Roman Reigns gets back in the ring, and then AJ basically looks at Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows and says, get him. He says, get him. And then they hit that stupid running big boot gimmick. Then they beat on fucking Reigns. Usos then come out. They take on AJ. They take on Gallows. They go to the floor. The whole show ends with a 6-man brawl on the floor. The show legitimately ends with Reigns basically kind of spearing, but more running with him on his shoulders over an announce table, landing hard. Mauro Ranallo is screaming, "This is what's going to happen this Sunday at Extreme Rules." Really good stuff there for Mauro Ranallo. The guy is the god of commentary. Really, really good. And another thing, how does Byron Saxton get to commentate on 5 hours of WTV every week? It's a bit baffled. The guy's on, minus pay-per-views, 20 hours of television a month. A month. Absolute joke. The guy sucks. He sits there with the goofiest motherfucker. I want to start a petition to get Byron Saxton fired. Fire the fucker's ass. You know, Rich Brennan doesn't deserve to be fired. You know, Tom Phillips doesn't deserve to be fired. All these jabrones don't deserve to be fired, but Byron Saxton does. I hate that man. I prefer Michael Cole to him. I prefer JBL to him. Jesus Christ. I'd rather Dave Coco go and do WWE commentary. God, Bennett, I'm going to see if we have any live comments. If we don't, that's going to be very embarrassing. Here we go. Start the show with a match. Win. That's from Brandon Matthews. Yeah, I was very shocked when I turned on SmackDown because obviously SmackDown's an aired yet, so it's a Pirate's life for me. But I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. Well, Paige is being punished again. That's from Brandon Matthews again. I don't know if I'm gathering she's being punished for obviously the negativity, because obviously they really, in theory, shouldn't have posted those photos of them at Disneyland. That really wasn't, and them kissing. I don't think that was a really good idea. But I don't know. I mean, Paige right now, her roster spot isn't that good. So it does kind of make sense for her to put over the new girl, because she isn't actually doing anything. You're not going to have, Becky Lynch, or you're not going to have Sasha Banks, because, they're ready and primed for the future, where Paige kind of isn't. And then the last here, do you get Revolution Pro Wrestling on TV over there? Okay, that's from Brandon Matthews again. No UK pro wrestling is on television. We have a thing it used to be called Wrestle Talk TV, which used to be on Challenge after Impact every Sunday on Challenge TV. That's no more. That is literally no more, and there is no UK pro wrestling on TV. However, there's like stupid amount of on-demand services from all of them. It is all of them. And then he also goes on to say, I'm telling you, LK, Byron is their pet project. Dude, it's so obvious. The Byron is the next Jerry Lawler. He's their next lifer. The guy who absolutely sucks, but he's going to be their lifer. He's going to be on every show. He's going to be on Raw for the next 20 years. Dude, the guy hasn't... He literally... This is Byron Saxton. Yeah. That's it. And he'll go, crazy. And then he'll be like, he'll say something stupid, and John will go, John and JBL will go, don't you ever do that again. But he said, let's just say that. If Byron Saxton had a wrestling podcast, okay, this is exactly what would happen. Okay, let me get a pen. He would have his pen, okay, so here's his pen. He'll go, this is why you should buy Extreme Rules this Sunday at Extreme Rules. It's on the W Network for only $9.99. Start your free month now. Because Kevin Dunn always does that. He always has that stupid, awkward camera close. If you watch every single damn fucking promo, has to have that 5-second fade where it has the wrestler stood there like all if they're getting interviewed by a personnel, you'll just see them stare like, get the fucking thing off me. Get it off me now. Kevin, you suck. Like, dude, it's so bad. That's just one thing that always pisses me off. Let's see if we have any more live comments here. Oh, would like to see some Rev Pro reviews from you? Just now found out about Noam Dar, also Progress. Dude, both of them are. I can happily do a Rev Pro review or a Progress. I'll happily do a Progress review for you. I'm starting to really expand my horizons with the pro wrestling I watch, because WWE's just draining. If you guys noticed, I haven't been on a Monday Night Raw review since about 1975, because quite frankly, I fall asleep during that time. So right now, I've done a Dragon Gate review. Today, like, people who claimed this channel is a WWE fanboy channel, I call liar. This week alone, I covered PWG, I covered Dragon Gate, I covered TNA, I covered WWE News, I covered fucking everything. there is not a company in New Japan, and we're doing the best of Super Juniors. I'm trying to really broaden the horizon instead of just solely being a WWE channel. But yeah, that is a great shout, and I'll try and find some progress and some rough pro to review for you. Maybe sometime next week I'll chuck in a progress review. I think I was halfway through. I'll check on my I think I can check on my notes here on my desktop. I think I'm halfway through a progress show now. I'm halfway through Progress Chapter 29, which took place in the end of April. I'm halfway through that, so I can continue watching that if you want, and I can smash up a review sometime next week if you're interested in that. I'm more than happy to do that for you. No questions, no problems asked. So thank you very much for that. It's a good request, actually. Just the thing is, though, like, people, if you ask for something, I'm going to give it to you. If you ask me, can I have a Stump the Idiot on this? Can I have a review of this? Can you review this? The only thing I won't review is TNA, because those people ask me to review it. I give an honest opinion, they shout, but enough of that. I picked that from Coco. It's so fucking annoying. Hate doing that. Yes, that's going to do it for live comments. So thank you very much. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at LK Wrestling. Make sure to head over to prowrestling.me. That's prowrestling.me. Also, make sure to head over to KocoSports.net. That's KFCSports.net. For those guys who have sports in a bubble, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Me and Mr. David Kokotis and whoever the fuck he gets will be back shortly with a Lucha Underground review, so stick around for that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know when we are going live every single time. Also, every day you'll get the best in news coverage, so make sure you check out the whole channel, because there'll be so many content. Literally this week is fucking, I've put out so much content. So if there's a time where you're sat there and you have a spare hour, you're like, oh god, what should I do? There will be about 4 to 10 minute shows that you can just sit there and listen to. It's simple as that. You can just sit there, listen to them. If you agree with me, put in the comments you agree. If you don't, say why. Just give me this. Get the comment section going. Let's build this community. Let's build the internet infantry from the ground up. Let's do this. I believe in you, and hopefully you believe in me and our great staff here. So make sure you leave a like, make sure you comment, and more importantly, smash that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching your weekly SmackDown review. It's been LK. Stay safe, stay well. I'll be catching your asses down the line.